All right, we are joining in now. Yes, hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Hollis from Inspired by God Ministries, and we're here today. And we're doing the online webinar. Get your question answered. And today promised to be a great day because we have plenty of questions, and by God's grace, we're going to try to give you the answers to those questions. Okay, we're going to try to give the answers to those questions. So let me bring in some information, try to bring it in on the screen right here. Again, I want to put the disclaimer out there, so I want to make sure everything is coming so you could see what's going on right now. Again, my name is Hollis, and we're from Inspired by God Ministry. My wife and I, she just made a book, and it became bestseller. And we are here promoting high blood pressure and natural health. And just want to make sure that you're hearing me well. Oh man, I have people joining in. So as we have more and more people joining, and we promise to be able to answer these questions that people have shared. And I just want to, let me pin this on the mic because we want to be able to keep. Yes, thank you for joining in. I just want to keep me forward. Bring that down here. Where do I remove that one? Hold on 1 second as I change this here because I want to be able to. I don't know how to change a setting, do I? Let me close this profile down. Good place. Okay, no. No. Do I remove? Oh, right here. Yeah, speak of it. Oh, okay. So bring it up here. Pin me only. And remove pin from here. Good. Beautiful. We got it. We got it. We're alive. All right. All right. So anyway, again, so as I was saying, my wife just made the best book, bestseller. We are here doing the bestseller, and today we're answering questions related to people that have a lot of high blood pressure issues. And I hope everybody's hearing me. Comment. If you're hearing me, just comment in the Zoom that you hear me okay, so I will know that you're hearing me okay. And also, this is going to be recorded live for people that are there. Let me see. I gotta come and make sure that we're hearing all is well. Got it. Yes. All right. So let's get going now. Okay. So just want to come up there. So let me put the disclaimer up on the screen. Let me put this off here so that the audio doesn't change. All right. All right. So today, again, we're talking about high blood pressure, the natural remedies for reversing hypertension using God's 8 laws of health. Ah, man, the screen is off. That, again, is here. Put back on this here. Bam. Yes, that's what it's talking about. So I'm just going to go forward and just give a quick disclaimer. All right, this information is the information I'm about to present to you is not intended for use as medical advice. The information is intended for your general knowledge only and is not a substitute for medical advice or treatment for any specific medical condition. Okay? So once we get that out of the way, we can continue here. So before I'm going to give some information before we go, there are a lot of people, some people ask, how does your blood pressure and circulatory system work? And a lot of people don't understand that the heart has a role to play, but also the circulatory system, the blood vessels. And this is one of the key things that is play. Unless you have something that is going dramatically wrong with the heart, meaning that there is some malfunction, as we will say, some muscles, something that is, the heart has some dysfunction. Most time people's blood pressure has to do with the vessel itself, okay? The vessels, I'm talking about the arteries, the veins, the capillaries, those vessels, okay? And it has to do what's also in the vessels, the blood. And one thing again, the one thing again that is highly important is also again based on inflammation. And we're going to talk about that. You say, why inflammation? Okay, why inflammation? Why that had to do with high blood pressure? Well, I'm going to go through some of that and let you know that inflammation may be one of the reasons why some people have high blood pressure, okay? And one of the tests that normally they're doing in the hospital is a SED rate or a CRP test, a CRP, C-reactive protein test, okay? Or a SED rate. So you got to look into those kind of tests to know the inflammation rate in your body, the inflammation level. Okay, but we talk about high blood pressure, and some people don't know. I got a question before, like, what's a normal blood pressure? Okay, a normal blood pressure is considered 120 over 80. 120 over 80. And, you know, some people, it's a standard. It's all over the world. It's standard, 180, 120 over 80. And the way we remember it is San Diego. Systolic is the number on top. 80, or the diastolic, is the number below, okay? One of them is measuring the squeeze rate, and the other one is measuring the relax rate, the decompression rate of the vessels. And the vessels that I told you is very important, okay, when we're dealing with somebody that is having high blood pressure. And so I want to address some questions before, because as we go forward, before I go too much in presentation, I want to make sure always answering questions. So a person asks, when do you measure your blood pressure? When is a good time to measure your blood pressure? All right, the best time to measure your blood pressure is upon waking up. Upon waking up, before all the stresses of life come upon you, before even before going downstairs, or even before answering the phone calls and getting the life stress, the best time to take your blood pressure is in the mornings, maybe after praying, you know, after meditate, those times, and actually coming off of bed, not coming off of bed like straight off of bed, maybe because of maybe the alarm wake you up or any kind of stuff like that. Just waking up normally without stress, maybe fall on your knees and worship, maybe doing that thing that you normally will do, maybe drink a glass of water. That right there around that time is the best time to take your blood pressure, to test your blood pressure, to know where you at, okay? The same is for somebody who's suffering from diabetes, okay? The best time to take your blood sugar is also just right at that time before anything, food goes into the mouth, you know? It's like breaking your fast. Before you even break your fast, that's the best time to check your blood sugar. That's also the best time to take your blood pressure reading, okay? So, again, another question that came in, it says, I did it this morning, and as soon as I wake up, and I was 119 over 86. 119 over 86, remember, 119 over 86 is almost normal, okay? Remember, the normal blood pressure is what? It's 120 over 80. So this person 119 over 86. The bottom number may just have a little increase, but you don't know the age. I don't know the age, so I cannot think, because as you go older, it fluctuates a little above the diastolic number fluctuates a little above 80. So it might be 82, 85. You know, this one's 86. So I don't know what's going on. But if you consistency a trend of the lower number going up, the diastolic number going up towards 90, okay, or even past the 90, then we gotta look to it, okay? So again, the best time to check your blood pressure is in the morning, and the best frequency to diagnose high blood pressure is consistently after 3 days. So you don't make a one-time diagnosis of high blood pressure because we don't know what that person would have been to. A lot of people get misdiagnosed, especially going to a doctor's office, for instance. One problem people have going to a doctor's office, they have this something that called white coat syndrome. And by seeing somebody in white coat, their heart start to fluctuate, the sweating, they have that high pulse, blood pressure went quite up. That's not exactly a true diagnosis of high blood pressure. A true diagnosis of high blood pressure is consistently checking your blood pressure for 3 or more consecutive days. Okay? If it consists consecutively high, 3 or more consecutive days, then there's something that you need to do in order to regulate it and bring it back into normal range. Okay? So anytime you hear somebody that say that they walk a mile or they run or they were scared or they had to go through traffic or they had some stress or whatever, blah, 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 and they go to the doctor's office and they test them directly at that point in time and diagnose them as high blood pressure, that's not a true diagnosis for high blood pressure, okay? One of the best things you will do, and I don't know, you don't see this normally in doctor's offices. Normally, when a person come in to do their blood pressure, the first thing you do is to try to put them lay down horizontally for between 5 to 10 minutes so that they could rest and then take your blood pressure. That's a good time to take your blood pressure. But you don't see that anymore in doctor's office anymore. So as I said, consecutively 3 or more days is the best time to have your blood pressure taken. So let me go to another question here because this question answer. So anybody online here that is on the Zoom, and if you have any question, you could go ahead and ask it. But also this year is more or less geared towards the people who like on this Facebook recording, Facebook and on YouTube that are writing comments or they're getting the question answered. You know, after a while, I want to bring everybody online, try to bring everybody online. I know everybody from here, they are everywhere. But once you bring any questions, just write it in the comments, write it in the chat. We'll bring it up and we'll try to get your question answered for you. Okay? All right. Anyway, so one was a diagnostic number for somebody have hypertension. So what is the diagnostic number for somebody have hypertension? All right. So that's a good question. The diagnostic number for somebody that is having hypertension, or the numbers that is normally looked for in the medical system, is this number. I'm sorry. 140/90. 140/90. 140/90 is a number that we tend to look for, the hospital system tend to look for to be able to make some corrective actions when it comes to your blood pressure, okay? If you see that at home, these numbers or above these numbers, something drastically needs to be done, okay? Because we don't want you to go to hypertension crisis. We'll show that next number, what that number is afterward. But 140/90 is when you start to see those numbers, there's adjustment that you need to make in that lifestyle, overall health, to bring it back down into normal range, okay? But I know some of you probably have seen these numbers maybe long ago. Now you're accustomed to see 190 or 200 over such and such number, okay? And so that's the numbers that you're more familiar with. But yes, that for some people who are already diagnosed with high blood pressure, they're seeing numbers way above these numbers, okay? But there's hope for them as well. And that's why we've come on here to try to give you examples and instructions on how to bring it back to normal range, okay? So I have another question. You're gonna come up here. Somebody sent this, and that is a small video, so I hope you will be able to see it. And so the question was asking, what is this here? Let me bring it on here. Let me bring it on. So they're asking, what is that beeping, that blinking heart on the bottom of the screen here, the battery? You see that heart is blinking right there? That blinking heart. What does that mean? You see the blood pressure right there is 145/93. And they're asking, what that blinking heart means? What that blinking heart there on the bottom of the screen mean? Okay, so some people who have those this blood pressure machine, they will see that number, where they will see that blinking, especially when they cross that 140/90 range. When you have that 140/90 range, that's the machine is programmed to give that. Is like a warning. The blood pressure is high. Okay, it's high. Just like the yellow light in the car in your car gives you a warning. It means something is going on. It's not totally, the engine hasn't blown up yet. You know what I mean? But it's giving you a warning. That's the blinking light in those machines gives a warning. Okay, and so 145/93, as you see this person having their reading 145/93, that is significant. And that means that person, if this is the first reading, or if they're consistently seeing these reading, something needs to be adjusted, something needs to be changed. When we tell people, you don't have a high blood pressure problem, you have a toxicity problem. Okay, so there's something going on. There's something that is going on, okay, on the line inside of the arteries that is having a toxic overload on the body. Okay, and we're going to talk about that as we go forward. So I'm going to add some more questions as we go in. All right. So let me bring up another question. I don't know, as I said, any question that anybody will have that are live, and I'm only trying to catch the ones that are on the different platforms as well. So I don't want to miss people anywhere. Okay, so if you have a question, I'm just trying to bring it in. Okay, so let's just get this other one here before we go too far forward. Let me see. All right, so I'm also in a group on Facebook, and so this is where most of when they're communicating, asking questions at the same time, so I had to bring it in, you know what I mean, and try to answer it as well. All right, so bring that out here. Let's see, close that up. All right, so next question. So I was talking about hypertensive crisis. Let me bring this one here, take a picture of this, save this here, this question. Somebody send me this one here. Save that right here, bring it in. Let me bring this thing here in, this image here in on the screen so you could see what I'm talking about. All right. All right, so somebody send me this result here. They're saying, does anyone experience this sort of blood pressure spike in the middle of the night? Check that blood pressure there. That blood pressure is 207 over 114. Check the pulse rate, 132 or 132, yes. Check that pulse rate. Now that person blood pressure is high, but that pulse rate is in dangerous levels, okay? I'm gonna address the pulse rate afterwards, but the asking, have anybody else experienced these kind of levels, okay? Now, these kind of levels, let me give you some information right here. These kind of levels here is suggestive of a hypertensive crisis. So there's 5 stages, okay? The low BP, down the bottom in the blue, normal blood pressure in the green, elevated 120 to 129, that's elevated stage 1. Stage 2 is the one we just talk about, the 140/90, that's hypertension. But hypertension crisis is 180/120, okay? 180/120. What was the person's blood pressure? Let me bring it in again, let you actually see what I'm talking about here. This person's blood pressure was what? 207/114. Is this person having hypertension crisis? I mean, I know you are free to talk. I don't know if anybody could, ask a question, but just put it in the chat comment below. Do you think this person is going through some kind of crisis right now? And they say, asking if it's normal. So it seems like it's every night, or it seems like this person is having this spike going on this time every night. This is going on. What is the body trying to tell him? This now is no longer flashing in yellow. It's flashing red. It is flashing red. Brother, anytime your number get that high and it's continuing to get a high, brother, what is telling you that one night or one morning you won't wake up. There's actions that you need to take right now. You need to start even we have some strong, I had to bring that up on the screen, some very strong man, let me tell you where you are even at your home before I give you some of the solutions that we have here. You got to do a suppository of garlic. You got to take a garlic suppository. You got to get a clove of garlic. You take the skin off, you press your fingers in it, okay, in the garlic, and then you take that garlic and insert it into your rectum and sleep with it. Because if this is happening to you every night, that means your blood pressure is skyrocketing every night. You want to put that in your rectum so the man, I can't remember the active ingredient that is inside garlic, but that's gonna activate your body and help to keep your blood pressure regulated overnight. Man, I hope you understand me when I say take a clove of garlic and insert it into your rectum and leave it. The next time you go to the restroom the next morning, it will come out. It wouldn't disappear. It will be right there. But at least it will keep your blood pressure regulated during the night. Okay? Allison, thank you, sis. Man, you see, this is what I like. I like the participation. That's why I'm trying to hope to get everybody on this side of the game, on side in here. You know, it's dealing out here. We need to break in here. Thank you, Sister Alicia Martinez. Hey, praise the Lord. All right, call them out. So, and anytime you have a question, I will bring you on and you can share with some testimony of something that you will have that somebody on here could benefit from. So if you have that time, just raise your hand up and let me know, and I'll pin you and bring you on. Okay. All right. So what I'm saying, these things is very seriously, and somebody need to take a picture of this, and you gotta send this on this group, because that's crisis is going on. The body is right now crying out. The body is crying out, and I'm gonna take this picture and share that with them, because I gotta share that as well. Okay, you got to know, you know, you might not be able to see tomorrow if you continue with these numbers every night. Okay, it's important. It is important. Let me write a comment. Let me put that in there. Send a picture there for them. Blam. Oh, I didn't save that picture. Oh, where did that picture? Let me take a picture of that screenshot right here. And save that right here and apply it right here. Now, some people don't know. And when they don't know, can send requests. You may not be. All right, let me see it. All right. All right, good. Send it. You're in a crisis. You are having a crisis. Your body is sending you warning. Anyway, back to where we were over here. Can't answer here and there, okay? All right, so let's get back over here. All right. So, is this an okay reading? So, some people don't know, as I said, the normals. Most people don't understand the normals. So, this person sent me asking me if 105 over 59 is an okay reading. 105 over 59. And they're asking if it's an okay reading. Let me put out this chart in there. See down the bottom and the blue down the bottom on there? You see the number that is on the bottom down there? 90 over 60. 90 over 60 is the lowest that somebody that maybe some people suffer with low blood pressure. Okay? Very low blood pressure. And that's that lower number. Anything below that is another warning for somebody that have, especially hospital system, when they see that number below that number, is something, again, the heart is not able to pump blood all through the body because it's not have enough pressure to reach all over the body. Okay, so that's not good either. But 105/59 is okay, because remember the top number is a systolic, and that's the pressing down of the arteries. So you have enough force to press down. The bottom number is the relaxing of the arteries. So this person have 105/59 is still okay, because it's the compression part that we are mostly, when it's that low, is the compression part that is most important, because it's the compression part that gives the pump to go all throughout the body. Okay, so 105/59 based on the age as well. If we know what's going on, there's also some hormonal imbalances could cause that as well. So we had to know the age. So there's more information that I need to know before I go too deep in it. But anyway, remember I talk about that person have that pulse rate of 139. I brought that image in 139, and with saying that we're talking about hormone, that 132 for that pulse rate, that also is significant, because it could also suggest again hormonal problems. And I don't know, I didn't double check if that was a female, but it also could be not even female. It could be like a thyroid problem. Okay, a thyroid problem. So I would suggest somebody to look into the doing a blood test, looking at the T3 and T4. T3 and T4. So then we'll know what's going on around there. Okay. Just remember, sometimes I always have to remind people, when you have problems with thyroid, is not, you don't test your TSH. The TSH is a pituitary hormone. It's not a thyroid hormone. The thyroid hormone is the T4, the T3, okay, T4, T3, okay? The free T4, free T3, okay? T4, T3, free T3, and free T4, okay? There's one more as well, but I can't even bring it to my mind right now. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, get your thyroid check. Check those T3, T4 hormones, okay? All right, let's get another question. All right. Then so the question is, should I take my blood pressure while laying down? Well, if you cannot sit up, then okay, I would say all right. But ideally, you want to sit up with your feet on the floor apart, and your hand, the measure, your heart at your hand at your heart level, and so that's the best place. And on the left hand, some people put it on the right hand. That's not necessary unless you have something wrong with the left hand. The left hand is the ideal place to check your blood pressure. Okay, and you put the cuff there. You sit that comfortable with your feet apart, no talking, and just being able to breathe calmly, and then take your blood pressure reading. That's the best time, and that's the best position. Okay, all right. But if you're bedridden, yes, go ahead and take it there, but it had to be on the left side, and go ahead. All right. I'm not gonna harp too much up on that. Okay. All right. Let's go in here. All right. Does anybody else find their blood pressure drops a lot with the hot weather? I'm also on penicillin at the moment and wondering if that's a factor. So this person on penicillin. Penicillin is antibiotics. So, does anyone find their blood pressure drops? I don't know. Anybody here find their blood pressure dropping hot when the weather is hot? That is yes. Okay. Your blood pressure, sunlight makes your blood pressure drops. Again, sunlight helps to relax the vessels, the you know, the arteries, so it makes you dilate. And when your blood vessel dilates, your blood pressure drop. That's why sunshine is a great vasodilator. It's a great thing, a great medicine, okay, a great natural medicine or a great natural alternative than taking the drugs, because they help to lower your blood pressure naturally. Okay. So that's very important. And thanks for that question there, because we live a more inside life and we need to live more outside life. So the more somebody who have high blood pressure, if they go out, get walk and deep breathing and get some sunshine, that will help dramatically to keep your blood pressure low. Okay. And it help you if you have high blood pressure to keep it lower. It's better than the the vasodilator that they normally prescribe. Okay. Sunshine is a great vasodilator. Okay. So you don't have to take those pills. Those pills. Okay. All right, let's go again. Any question on the inside? Any question on the inside? Because I know I want to bring up, if there's any question on the inside, I want to just add these two things right here. All right, let's go right here. All right, hold on that side. Let's go. So this one right here. So anyway, we normally talk about the as medical missionaries, as people that into natural holistic health coaches, natural, we look for certain signs. And every mother or father or anybody should be able to look for these signs when they're dealing with somebody that has high blood pressure, or just to identify high blood pressure. We call it the ABCs. And on your top left corner on the screen, talk about the ABC. And these are the signs that you look for: achy head, blurred vision, chest pains. Those ABCs is things that you want to identify and know, and then that you could be able to do the BCDs, the BCDE, what we call it the BCDS, okay? So before they normally do the drugs, the beta blockers, the calcium channel blockers, the vasodilators, the ER-ICU. But we as God's people, we as health coach, we try to do the better alternatives, the natural alternatives, okay? And I want to share some natural beta blockers, some natural calcium channel blockers, some natural vasodilators, okay? So because we are not here to promote drugs, okay? We promote God's way of health, the things that are free and easy, okay? So I'm going to skip some of those vasodilators, okay? And just go to the natural remedies, okay? We're just going to go to the natural remedies, all right? So, and I'm going to skip through them very fast, because we have these in our cupboards, just running around outside in our yards, and sometimes we forget that these things are there for a reason. God had put the herbs for the healing of the nation. God has put these things so that we could be able to be made whole again. And so, because God said in Exodus 15:26, I'm the Lord that healeth thee. So we got to remember these things, that these things are there for our betterment, our learning, okay? So we have the simple garlic, and I just counsel that lady about putting it up her rectum as a great way to bring down the blood pressure more than 30 points or more. But also there's natural herbs like hawthorn berry and barberry, which is very good as beta blockers, okay? Beta blockers. Let me go back here. All right. And a good natural herbs, a good supplement is CoQ10, okay? CoQ10 is a great supplement as well for the heart. All right, so that was the beta blockers. And so let's see if there's any question related to beta blocker right here that we could at least show or tell what is best and what could be used, okay? All right. All right, let's see. Yeah, I ain't gonna go all the way. All right, let's go. Let me just go to the C and then because I see somebody come up here with something on the D's. So I had to get to the D's first. Let's continue with the calcium channel blockers. Let's say the calcium channel blockers. The calcium channel blockers. So some natural calcium channel blockers. Let me skip through all of these drugs that are normally there for calcium channel blocker, and we're just gonna go to the natural calcium channel blockers. Right. Okay, we're getting natural one right here. All right. Okay. This is not an exhaustive list, but it's there for those that are looking. If your diet consists of some of these things, it's also going to help to help strengthen and relax the heart. Okay, and some natural source of magnesium is right there as well. Okay, those are good. Muscle relaxers good to relax the arteries so that it could be able to bring down the blood pressure. All right. So in the meantime, as we get this here, I will look into this one here, right here. Okay. Okay. Let me take this one here, bring this into question and bring it in here, save that one here. All right. Somebody just send me their blood pressure. Let me bring this one here, imaging. Mhm. So apparently they look like they're at the bedside. All right, so let me bring that one in. So let me take this off here. We bring this in here. Okay. All right. Well, what do you see here? All right. So the question on this one, or what's going on here, is this person, they're at the emergency room, said my blood pressure, and they didn't even do anything. The blood pressure is this 181/94. They didn't do anything. I want to mean they didn't do anything. And they didn't do anything. Okay. Hmm. So I don't know if it's they as in the doctors didn't do anything or the person themselves didn't do anything to why the blood pressure is so high. Sorry, it's so high. All right. I say I'll comment on that one here. Um uh I said it there's stuff that you need. All right, 180/94. The bottom number, let's address this in a different way. The bottom number 94, okay, is an issue. 180/94, we already know that it is already hypertensive, okay? It's more than the 140/90, all right? So when a person's blood pressure is that high, okay, especially 94 and going up from 90 onwards, okay, even though it's a problem, high blood pressure is a problem, when we start to see the bottom number trending up, okay, is suggestive of something that is going on, okay, with suggestive of clots or other things that are going on in the body, okay? Because the blood ain't able to travel as smoothly and as readily as it should, okay? And I want to bring that out there by bringing some of this to what I'm saying here right now. Because so there's certain things that is in the blood. There's certain things that are in the blood that, well, in the vessel that prevents the blood from flowing. And, it could be cholesterol or plaque, as we said, and it could be because of the things that I'm mentioning about. Is going to be mentioned about toxin and inflammation, okay? There's something that the body is experiencing something, so it brings a scar, a tissue, it brings something, like I don't know if anyone had ever had um bunions on their toes, for instance, when they wear shoes too tight, or if you're using some instrument and you start to get some callus on your hands, what these things, callus and these things is trying to do, the bunions, is trying to protect the body. It's trying to protect the body. Simple as it. So it creates those extra layers of skin, or it creates this extra cushion or whatever. It's trying to protect the body. So something in the body, in the vessels, is causing breaking off the alignment that the body had to try to repair it like mortar, trying to patch whatever is going on. So we had to look into it. You know, I say sometimes I tell this person that one of the things for you don't have a high blood pressure problem, you have a toxicity problem. Okay? So there's something that is going on. Maybe there's something in the body that needs to be removed. Okay? You know, the other day we was talking about well, not here online, but there's this new trend. Long time used to be just high blood pressure. Now we have a new thing on the market called sudden death syndrome. And so there's things that is in the system that is causing sudden death syndrome. Okay? So you want to be able to get some of these things out of the body. Okay? And we're going to share some principles. We're going to lay it down. As I said, we have different system that we have in place. We had some great testimonies last night, and we're going to share some more as we go forward. But there are people who have overcome and actually are no longer dealing with the issues that we might be covering here right now. Okay? So I don't know if anybody on the line or going to be watching, just comment system, and I will share to you the system that you could be able to use, be able to in 30 days be reversed. That's one of the reasons why we put out this book, because it says there's a detox solution, the secrets for lowering blood pressure naturally for professional women. We made this book so that people could do it in 30 days. They could be able to work their way back to better health. Okay? Work their way back to better health. So again, the question was asked, okay, where do you get a book? The book is on Amazon. So it's on Amazon and it's on our website. So you could get on Amazon. Some people like to buy on Amazon, but also it's on our website. We try to make it a little cheaper than Amazon, so people could buy it from our website than to buy it from Amazon. So you can get it from our website as well. Okay? Just look for the book Detox Solution. All right? And it's on Amazon again. You also have the PDF, not the PDF, the ebook. So you can get the ebook or the physical copy on Amazon, or you can get the physical copy from us, which is cheaper. Anyway, let you know. All right, let's go. All right. So because let me go even quickly to one thing that we didn't cover. And the reason I want to bring to it now, because somebody just asked a question here in it. Okay. So there's some promises that we need to keep. We need to, you see, help coming from the Lord, which make heaven and earth. Our health or help coming from the Lord, which make heaven and earth. So everything is God. We got to remember. So any system or program that does not have God in the center is not a good program. God said, I come to make you whole. And his wholeness is a holistic way, both physical, mental, and spiritual. Okay? So when we deal, even presenting here, we got to bring back God, or have God always on the foundation, and have Jesus Christ be lifted up. Okay? So that's what I want to tell you about here. So I will praise thee, for I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. And these things here that God said that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, we got to remember these in all things that we do. We got to remember this, that God is the one who created us, and it's not we ourselves. And that we could be able to, once we go back and understand the principle and the system that he has laid down from the beginning, is natural to become back in health. Okay? Just consider the people that were living before the flood. They were living up to 900 plus years. And I covered that last night. But we could get to that. And I said not to that because we're not coming to trying to live here on earth forever, but we want to live in good health. We say, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prosper. So it's important that we be in health, okay? So they said the disease never comes without a cause. The disease never come without a cause. And so the reason I brought this up here, that disease never come without a cause, this question was asked, this person is having leg cramps and they're on meds. And he said, why is this thing happening? Why is this thing happening? So they're having leg cramps and they're on meds. They're on medicine. So, and I said, disease never come without a cause. So did you used to have the leg cramps before taking the meds? That's a question, right? So if the question is no, then disease never comes without a cause. The cause is the meds. Is that is that too far-fetched? Probably. I don't know. But disease never come without a cause. And that's I want to bring that and leave that right there. Okay? So any question that thing, because I want to make sure that I want to give this thing here before I address a question, this next question, or any other question that come in. We were one year we're working in I'm just gonna give us a small testimony. We was working with a pastor from India, and he had a severe, he was supposed to be on dialysis. He was gonna lose his 2 kidneys. One of his kidneys was already gone, and the other one was almost gone. And they told him that he shouldn't take nothing raw, don't exercise, don't drink water, all the don'ts. But he believed in God, and he believed in another way. So he came while we was in India. We were in South India, near Salem, and we were working up there, and he came, and he stayed with us for 2 weeks while we were there, okay? And we worked with him significantly such that he was eating, change his diet. We had him exercising, drinking water, doing everything that they said not to do, we did, by God's grace. Okay, because I mean, how much days you could go without drinking water? Or you know what I mean? It's not healthy not to exercise. Okay. I mean, all the things that they said not to do, that he did. Okay. And by God's grace, up till last couple of months, had spoken to him. He didn't have to lose his kidneys. He's doing much better. He's offered the medication, and he was doing so great. And just before this call, I want to be able to, next time I'm on this thing again, I had to have to see him, if I can get him to dial in. I know this time 6 o'clock is my time. I don't know what time is in India, but I want to see if I can at least get his testimony to come on to share how his transformation has been and how he continued to be. I mean, he and his wife, they're doing really well. But I'm just saying, God ways work. Okay, that's all I want to say. God ways work. And once we understand his ways and follow it, there's going to be only blessings to follow. So let me go right here. So when I look on this side, I'm looking for my Zoom participant, okay? Anybody else if there's any question over here. So if you raise your hand, there's going to be, I can address you and we could put you on if you have a question or comment, okay? When I look on this side, I'm dealing with YouTube and I'm also dealing with Facebook, okay? When I'm dealing here, I'm dealing with everybody. So please, all right? So I have WhatsApp going on this side. I have WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube. And I have This is my presentation, and this is Zoom. All right. So everybody's understand each other's role. Amen. All right. So let's go. All right. What should you do if you get sick? What should you do if you get sick? What should you do if you get sick? I want to ask some questions. So I'm going to unmute this side. What should you do? And that's such a broad question, right? All right, let me put this way. That question, let me slow it down a bit for you. All right. Let me bring something up and let you see something. And see if you ask the question a different way and see if you understand what this is saying. It's saying, in the case of sickness, the cause should be ascertained. Unhealthful conditions should be changed. Wrong habits corrected. Then nature is to be assisted in her effort to expel impurities and to re-establish right conditions in the system. So let's remove sick and say high blood pressure. What should I do if I get high blood pressure? What should you do if you get high blood pressure? He's saying, in the case of high blood pressure, I'm removing the word sick and sickness, the cause should be attained. What could we be doing that is causing high blood pressure? What should we be doing that could cause high blood pressure? Any question, any comments? What may be causing the high blood pressure? What caused it? Anybody have anything over here? What could have caused somebody to have high blood pressure? Any? All right. Now you can unmute or raise your hand or type it in the comment. What do you think caused somebody to have high blood pressure? Let me give you a point as you think about it. Okay. We have had a brother that he said doesn't eat any meat, doesn't eat no meat at all. He's fully plant-based. He doesn't eat no meat at all. He only eats fish. All right? That's what he says. Don't eat no meat at all. Fully plant-based. He only eats fish. All right, so fish is a vegetable. So I'll just let you know that. Anyway, that's what he's saying. Okay? So fish is meat. Okay? Some people differentiate fish as, I don't know, as being something else other than meat. But fish is meat. And actually, fish have the highest source of cholesterol than in any animal kingdom for its size. Highest source of cholesterol. Okay? So if somebody is having high cholesterol, they're above 200, ask if they're eating any kind of fish, salmon, and any other kind of fish like those. Very high in cholesterol. Or even eating mushroom. Mushroom, again, is a very dense source of cholesterol. The only thing in the plant kingdom that has cholesterol. Okay? So if you're eating fish or consuming mushrooms, your cholesterol levels always going to be. All right? And we're talking about high blood pressure. And we want to know what high blood pressure and cholesterol have to do with anything. We talk about the fats, we talk about the atherosclerosis, we're talking about the hardening of the arteries, talking about stuff that causes high blood pressure. Okay? What should you do if you have high blood pressure? Ascertain the cause. What's the cause? Fish, for instance, eating meat. Okay? Poor diet, artificial foods, those kind of stuff. Stress, unforgiveness. A whole lot of things are in there. Structural problem maybe with the heart, okay? The vessel problem that we're covering here. Toxins as what we're covering, okay? These things, that could be the cause. So we the next thing it says, unhealthful conditions should be changed. So unhealthful conditions should be changed, okay? Some people eat late at night, some people, as we said, unforgiveness to the other you got to change some unhealthy conditions, things that we do that we know that is unhealthy. Stay up late at night, um, whatever. And they say these people are not so drinking alcohol, smoking, um, insomnia, not sleeping at night, excessive parties, not resting. Yes, these things contribute overweight. Okay, a lot of stuff having um problem with the kidneys causes another stress, or the heart causes pressure on the kidneys having something wrong with the kidney cause pressure on the heart. These kind of stuff. Unhealthy conditions should be changed. Wrong habits needs to be corrected. Wrong habits. We talk about drinking, smoking, partying, staying up too late. These are the things. These things should be corrected. All right. Eating and drinking at the same time. These things need to be corrected. All right. Then, okay, then nature. When we talk about nature is to be assisted, we talk about then nature. So assisting had to do when it comes to now applying the herbs, following a system to be able to reverse that condition, to bring it into right conditions. Okay. So there's things that we need to do, and that's the last thing we need to do. So all the other things is to ascertain the cause, change the unhealthy condition, correct the wrong habits, and then follow a system, the herbs that are in place. Okay, I wanted to bring something like that as well. Let me see if I could bring in that picture here as this, because sometimes some people forget that there's some power. God has blessed people that give some powerful medicine. Let me see if I can find it on this side over here before I do it on that way here. That, and I use the word medicine here because people always use anything herbal as being medicine, but there's a difference. Okay, it says Hippocrates says, "Let food be your medicine, and medicine be your food." Okay, so it may be rightly saying that it's medicine. Okay, so let me bring it up. Can I bring it in from another way? I want to bring it in. Let me bring this in another way here so we could all see what I'm talking about, because I don't want to have you guessing what I'm talking about. I want you to see for yourself what I'm talking about. And I'm going to share this with everybody on. Man, my internet is going so slow. Okay. All right, right here. Take this one here and take a picture of this here, bring it in here, save that, bring it in over here, bam. Input. All right. Thank you for being with me. I got it now. All right, let's go right here. Anybody ever seen this? This blood pressure tincture is so amazing. It's so powerful. All the testimonies that you're going to see and as we go forward stems off of this one simple God-inspired formula. In it, there's some powerful herbs that God has put in place. Not where normally people just give you the basic, like as I say, as some of the things that we cover, the garlic, the hawthorn berry. Yes, it has some hawthorn berry in there. Yes, there's some garlic in there. But there's also some other powerful herbs that God had put in place. If anybody know about the Merck Index, the Merck manual, long time ago before the system was there, the Merck manual was the standard for health when it comes to knowing what to do with different diseases and stuff. And there's some herbs that were in there that, we have long come away from, and now put it as, we make it in a synthetic way, and now it is now being patented and it's been sold as. But I always say, why take something that only has 10% of the active ingredient or 5% of the active ingredient? That only means that you have to take it for the rest of your life. Why would you not take something that has 100% of the active ingredients, where you will be made whole again? You see, the system out there only make money when you are sick. Okay? They want you to be sick. But to have something that has 100% of the active ingredient in it is like, when you get better, we get better. When you get better, we have a testimony. You have a testimony to share with us, and we can share it with others. Think about it. You got to look into this high blood pressure tincture. You got to look on the website. I had to, there's two things I had to put on the website here. I had to also put you the link for where to get the book, and the link to where you can get this product. But that's another, as we go forward. Remind me not to put it in there before we go forward, before I leave this thing tonight. And it's coming down to the hours. Only actually, the 7:08 already. Man, I'm going over the time. And I didn't even get to bring here. But I just wanted to talk about the toxins that is in the body that is blocking up the vessels. And some people have to see it, people have to see it, and how when you go through a detoxing, when you go through cleansing your body, when you go through a system that is geared to make you feel better. And you said that some people who are overweight will come to the ideal weight. Some people that are underweight going to come up to their ideal weight. The system is such a great system that it's for everyone, not just for women, not just for men, not just for fat people, for slim people. It's everything, because once the body becomes back regulated, everything harmonizes and everybody wins. Okay? And so if you have weight issue, diabetic issue, high blood pressure issues, so once the body is back into, when the body is clean and the vessel is ready, it is ready to assimilate and make the body whole again. And these are some of the things that we want to share. Okay? I'll go through the rest tomorrow, because there's some things I want to give you some solution. I'm giving you little by little, because sometimes when people get a whole mouthful, they cannot swallow. Okay? So little by little, and following a system that is made to walk you through it. Sometimes people just buy something, or buy a little herb here, or take a little tea here, or take a little something there. You won't get no significant breakthroughs without having a systematic plan. Okay? Having a systematic plan, somebody to walk with you straight through, out of the low that you're in, and bring you back on top of the mountain. That's where it is. We don't give people a DIY thing. Go buy the parts and put it together by your own self. And no, when you get somebody doing it with you, along with you, that helps to guarantee that you are successful. So once you are successful, we are successful. Because when you get a great victory over your high blood pressure, then you become a mouthpiece to let everybody know that, hey, these things work. You know what I mean? And so this is why we share this, and this is why we put that book together. You know what I mean? Because we want people to have thing, and we have on the group and on the line here, we have people that are having questions, and I'm gonna have, as we go forward, people coming on and giving their testimony of how they got the victory over their blood pressure problem. Okay? And that's why I want to share with you with that. If there's no question here, I'm just gonna address one more question on this side, and then go. And then we could go. Okay, let me see. All right. All right. Let me see. All right. Should 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 I stop take my blood pressure at home? Why? going to Walmart and buying a simple blood pressure machine is one of the best investments you could make, because just what, $20, and you take your own blood pressure at home. Why would you want to wait till when somebody tell you you have a high blood pressure, or I mean, you could test these things at yourself at home. Okay. Actually, we need to be doctors of our own bodies. Okay. We have to know how we feel. Like, remember when you eat something, you feel bad. "Oh, I'm feeling bad. My stomach is because and then you think, oh, because I ate this XYZ. That's great diagnosis. Sometimes you got to look at your poop when you go to the toilet. You look at it and something is going on. We got to be able to do these things in order to be able to address what's going on in our bodies. Okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry for that. All right. So I'm saying a good blood pressure machine, a good blood sugar machine, something simpler that you could do at home, and you can know where you're at and be able to get ready to make the corrective actions. A good scale at home to know your weight. These things are very important. So I think you should. Okay. So I'm just going to end right here. I'm just going to let everybody know that we have a free gift on our website for people that might be having issues with high blood pressure. And you just have to go on freegift.shentoya.com, freegift.shentoya.com. Let me try to put it in right there. Sorry, my bad, wrong thing. It's shentoya.com, SHENTOYA.com/free gift, IFT. Okay, shentoya.com-free gift. So I put that in the chat. All right. And so then we're going to also put it here, free gift. Shentoya.com free gift. Shentoya.com free gift. Okay. And also we also have, if you want to get the book that we're speaking about here as well, is detoxbook.shentoya.com. Detoxbook.shentoya.com. Okay. Amen. I'll have to put it on the screen. Detoxbook.shentoya.com. Okay. If you want to get this book, get your hands on it, just check it out on our website. Okay. So may God bless you and keep you all. And by God's grace, we'll see you again. By God's grace tomorrow. And we'll try to get more information so that people will be able to get their question answered, and that you, as partaker, you could be able to get your question answered, and we all could be better off for knowing. Okay. So again, see you tomorrow. This is the flyer. So may God bless you. Let's close with a quick word of prayer. Our Father and our God, we thank you, Lord, for everything that you have done. And I pray that this information will find your people and that they could be able to be blessed. And if they have questions, they could get at least answers to their question or be pointed into the right direction. We thank you for your grace and your goodness. And as we develop this thing over the next coming days, we'll be able to share people your love and your grace, and they will hear testimonies and some stories of people who were in their predicament and now were able to overcome. So Lord, help them by your grace, and make we all have a blessed and wonderful evening. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in.